Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to your weekly forecast. So I thought it might be kind of fun today to break down the 12 houses of the Zodiac. So we're going to do so using this particular deck, which is called the Numinous Astro deck. And so we're just going to see what we need to know about these houses, about our lives this particular week. So obviously just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'm going to be using here today will be listed down below in the description box, as well as these beautiful organites created by my friend Michelle from Wing & Bell. We have the Goddess Gaia. We also have the Trust Your Vibes and the Earth Divine Feminine Nude. So those will all be listed down below as well. So anyways, you guys, let's get started. We're going to go ahead and take a look and see what is the first house energy. So this, of course, is the house of self. Okay, so the house of self is ruled by the sign of Aries, which the planet Mars rules this particular house. So let's see what we need to know this week in regards to the self, okay? And actually, there's some keywords here, so these might be actually helpful. This could be your physical body, your outlook, self-image, life philosophy, consciousness, opinions, awakening, self-awareness, arrival, expression, gateway, and entry point. So all of those things we will tap into to see what we need to know about that this week. All right, let's see what we need to know. And you guys also, I've got all 4 kittens out here. I must be crazy to even have them out here because they are just going mad this morning with playing with the wires and everything like that. Come on, Moon. I don't want to have to put you up. So here is Moon, you guys. Oh, he's so cute. And yeah, they all kind of look the same because they're all black. We've got Midnight here. Say hello, Midnight. Isn't he cute? And then we have Star and we have Storm. So anyways, all right, you guys, that's it. Let's go ahead and get a message for the House of Self. We have come together. We need each other. Beautiful. So if you think about it, the house of self, which is your own energy, right? You're being asked perhaps this week to come together with like-minded individuals. It does say, where have you been separating yourself or pushing against others and the world? So this isn't really a time this week to be in isolation. It doesn't mean that you need other people per se. It just means that it might be a good idea to come together or kind of figure out why you feel so separated right now from other people, right? There might be something that you're projecting out. Sometimes we feel like people are not meeting our needs, and sometimes we feel like there's no one around, but are we taking the time to connect with those people? Are we putting an effort into those relationships or connections? So we kind of have to take a little bit of personal inventory this week to figure out where are we at? What energy are we kind of emitting out, to other people or the universe? So let's go ahead and get another card on that. Let's see what else we need to know here. Ooh, caught in her web. Manipulation, drama, and intrigue. Okay, this is interesting. I feel like what's going on here this week, and it may not resonate with you, but some of you guys may have gotten caught up in some sort of drama, or you may have had a falling out with a friend. And so what it's done is it's kind of made you really back away from groups of people or connecting with other people. It does make sense. I've definitely gone through some shit myself, and it's really taken a toll on me. Not anymore, I don't think. I feel like I've really cleared that energy, but for a while, I just felt very leery about even opening myself up to anyone, getting to know anyone new, because I had dealt with so much trauma and so much drama and so much crap that I just was like, I'm done. I'm tapped out. I don't want to do this anymore. And it could have just been something that I was carrying, my own vibration. Maybe my vibration was off. Maybe people were responding to my vibration. You just never know. You got to be willing to look at all aspects. It's not always just everyone else all the time. So I feel like maybe this week we are being asked by Spirit to kind of take a look and see, where are we caught? Where do we feel like maybe we're being manipulated? Is there something about ourselves where we need to work on holding better boundaries or saying no? Sometimes we'll avoid situations because we don't have the tools in order to deal with things. We'll just avoid it altogether. So you're being asked to kind of look at this. Are you avoiding at this point, or are you totally fine? It's like there's a question I feel Spirit's asking you to ask yourself this week. So if you've gotten caught up in some sort of drama, it's not about now protecting yourself from everyone. Not everybody is out to get you. Not everybody is manipulative. I mean, you may have run across people that have really done a number on you, but not everybody is in that energy, you guys. There are definitely still good people in the world, or people that don't have as many issues, or they've actually worked on themselves and they have a conscience and they're self-aware of themselves. So not everybody is fucked, is what I feel Spirit wants you to know. So don't get caught up in the negative web that the world is a mess. Everyone's horrible. You'll never be able to trust anyone ever again. Everybody's the same. Everybody's going to hurt you. You definitely don't want to get caught up in that web, because it's just not true. Okay. And some of us are really attracting to us where we're at vibrationally within ourselves. So let's just say you don't feel good about yourself and you don't really value yourself. You may attract certain people that will kind of reiterate that, so that way you can become stronger in that area and work on yourself. You see what I'm saying? But just by avoiding situations or people, we don't really have anything to like experience a contrast. And sometimes you need a contrast of other people to kind of realize that, hey, you know what, maybe I do need to work on some aspect of myself. Because it's kind of like someone who just is a loner and a hermit, and they just think that, everything that they do is right, but they don't really put themselves in a situation where they're going to have to compromise with other people. Well, yeah, it's really easy to think that your shit don't stink and that you don't have any problems and that you're so enlightened. But as soon as you open yourself up to other relationships and start working with other people, you realize that you have major issues and conflict with people. That's saying something about you. That's saying something, an area that you need to work on. So I don't know where the hell all of that just came from, but that's what I got for you. Yeah, probably speaking from personal experience on that one. All right, let's see what else. Unforgettable. It says, when you were little, you had a certain wish. Remember it. Now you're growing up, so fulfill it now. So I feel like this is not necessarily about a wish, even though it can be, but I feel like something about children, the childhood stories, childhood traumas, childhood stuff. It's like you're an adult now. It's time for you to kind of break out of that either fairy tale, or it's time for you to break out of that childish behavior. Or maybe you're dealing with someone who's acting very childish, and it's like you don't really need to deal with that kind of person's behavior or backlash, because again, the more that we put up with people's bullshit and mistreatment of us, the more that we are going to just continue to go down that rabbit hole of we don't deserve anything, or maybe we do deserve something, we're being punished, or this is just, life is supposed to be hard, etc. I feel like there's something that's happened to you guys that's unforgettable. You're never going to forget this, and you're not supposed to. It doesn't mean you're supposed to drown in this trauma forever, but you're not supposed to forget how horrible something was, because it will be a reminder to you for the rest of your life of what you will never put up with and what you will never get caught up in ever again. I don't know what that is for you guys, but it's connected to other people, and you're supposed to break out of this web. This web of lies that maybe you're telling yourself that, there's no good people in the world, or that you can never trust anyone ever again. Don't let whoever that is ruin you for the rest of your life for anyone. Don't do that. Don't give that person that much power over you, whatever that situation is. So, all right, let's go ahead and go into this deck. This is such a cute deck, and I haven't used it yet this year, you guys. It's called the Yuletide Tarot. So it's actually like a Christmas wintry tarot deck. I'm so excited. Then I'm actually coming out very soon with a Christmas oracle called the Winter Wonderland Oracle. I'm very excited about that. All right, you guys, let's keep going here. Let's see what else we need to know here about the self energy. Oh, we have the Lovers, the mistletoe. Okay. So I feel like, you guys, that this has a lot to do with the choices that we've made. This is Gemini's energy, by the way. But it's all about the choices that we make. We're either using our head or we're using our heart. And it doesn't mean that you should use one over the other. It means that you need to be balanced in both energies. You do need to be thinking, okay? But it's also about you allowing yourself to feel and be vulnerable. a nice balance of both of those energies are needed as you move forward into all connections, all relationships. You know, sometimes you're going to learn the hard way with people. You're never going to forget those people. You're not supposed to. They're supposed to be reminders of, you know, learning very valuable lessons. Take the wisdom with you. Don't continue to take the trauma and then re-traumatize yourself constantly in other relationships or friendships or situations. It has to end with you. And that's what Spirit is asking us to do. Let's no longer get caught up in this web. Let's pull out of this kind of mourning stage. Let's pull out of the shadow stage, right? Let's finally make choices that are more balanced, and this will bring more balanced connections into our life. So someone has gone through something, or maybe you've gone through a lot of different things, because this is helping you to be a more balanced, more well-rounded person. And unfortunately, some of these lessons came in a tough, challenging package, but regardless, you did learn a very valuable lesson. So that is what we have for the self, you guys. All right, so now we're going to move on into the second house. This is assets, and this is actually ruled by the sign of Taurus, which the planet is Venus. So our assets are the material world, our possessions, our finances, talents, values. We've got worthiness, wardrobe, luxury, credit score, security, aesthetics. Okay? So let's think Venus energy, your personal taste, and in your possessions and the things around you. So let's get the vibe for this week for you guys for the second house. We have great awakening, walk in your truth, stand firm in your light. How can you trust yourself more? Okay, so this is about trusting yourself on your journey, trusting yourself on your current path. And the thing is, when you've been messed with, when you've been manipulated, and the reason I'm using that word is because we do have manipulation. There could have been someone in your life that created major chaos and major drama, all right? Maybe you were gaslit, and so now you're almost gaslighting yourself, questioning yourself. How could you even trust your own intuition anymore? I did feel guided to use the Trust Your Vibes Organite today for a reason, okay? So it is about grounding your energy. There's a difference between wishful thinking and intuition. Okay, so some of you may have had to go through a thing or two with people in your life in order to kind of realize the different feelings, what feels like what when you're feeling a certain thing, like that means this or that. I always say that if you're feeling super pumped and super excited in a moment and you just feel like you have to do something and you can just barely contain the energy, that for me is usually a response that's coming from we're not grounded in our thinking. We're not using any rational thinking, and it doesn't mean it's going to be disastrous every time, but then anything that's too quick, too soon, too fast, love bomby, excitement, passion through the roof, everything, it's a very unstable energy. And so if we don't take our time with that energy, it will usually burn out. And so I felt really guided to use these two earth pieces today, because I feel like we need to kind of get a little bit more grounded when it comes to the things that excite us. Venus is things that you find beautiful, things that excite you. Interesting. We have things that intrigue you. You see that word? Intrigue. Some of you might be attracted to toxic people. I know I have been attracted in my life to toxic people, for sure. And it's all a part of just, I don't know, my language of love, what I learned, what I saw growing up wasn't the healthiest stuff. But it's great to finally recognize those things and start to just kind of rewire the brain into realizing that, when something feels like it's just meant to be, and oh my God, the sky has opened up and this is my person, and I don't know them. Immediately when I'm having those feelings, I know now that is a trauma response, just for me personally. And I'm just using that as an example, okay? It's a trauma response for me. Things that are chill, things that are take time, things that are slow progressing, those are usually the things that are good for me. And that doesn't excite me right off the bat. So I think, oh my God, this must not be a hit. This must not be a connection. It actually is. And I'm having to rewire my brain to realize that what I thought was love and connection and meant to be and fated and all this other stuff is actually the things that completely takes me and chews me up and then spits me out usually. That's just my own personal experience. Your guys's might be different, but I'm just using that. So we've got great awakening. Walk in your truth and stand firm in your light. So there is something about needing to put your feet on the ground when you're dealing with the things that excite you, things that you're attracted to. Keep your feet on the ground. Don't get swept away in a dream or a fantasy. Usually those things don't end up lasting very long. You know what I mean? A lot of people can say a lot of amazing things to you, and the only way that you're going to know if people really mean it is if they're willing to work for the connection and they're actually there in the long haul, or they're wanting to do things and go the long distance in the long haul. So you hear that term, fair-weathered people, fair-weathered friends in your life. Yeah, usually people come in, they want to benefit from you, take something from you, whether it's your energy or your knowledge or whatever, and then they're out. We've all come across those types of people. And I just feel that we're kind of having some sort of an awakening, some aha epiphany that, you know, we're tired of those types of people. We're tired of those kinds of wasted things, wasted relationships. We just don't need them anymore. We've already done this dozens of times. We're tired of giving our energy away. We're willing to walk a different path. And we're willing to kind of experience less and maybe feel less excitement, because we realize that it's actually more grounded to live your life that way. Ooh, I love this. Good vibration, positive vibes, upliftment, and resonance. So this right here is saying a more grounded, but I'm feeling balanced energy. It's not like you can't feel excitement. You absolutely can, but it's kind of grounded in this like calm energy where you don't need to speak to someone on the phone and stay. When you're spending 8 hours on the phone with someone, that right there is an indication. Like you meet someone and then you spend 8 hours or you spend a whole night together and you're up talking all night. Even though that can be really exciting, we have to ask ourselves, why are we going to that extreme? Where's the balance there? Or when you meet someone and all of a sudden you're sharing your life story with them, even though you don't know them, it's things like that where we have to ask ourselves, this is too quick, too much, too fast. Yeah. Sorry, guys, one of the cats are playing with a little crinkle toy, so you guys hear that in the background. But I just feel that you've got to kind of learn what vibration you want to experience when it comes to the things that are important to you, or the things that you are, you know, just kind of dealing with on a daily basis. So anyways, that's what we have. New horizons. Burn the bridges behind you. It just doesn't make sense anymore. Rather, enjoy the new beautiful world that you are about to explore. You see that? So this is about things that haven't worked out for you. Just keep going forward. Don't look back. We don't need to look back any further. Something that was not resonating with us has fallen away. So we don't need to fight to keep friendships or lovers or people that don't want to be in our lives, that don't want to try, that don't want to show up and be a part of things. So we just don't need to waste any more energy. The cats are just going crazy. All right. 5 of Gifts, which is the 5 of Pentacles. To me, I just got it's a gift. It's a gift. Somebody that burned a bridge with you, you may have been really, really sad and really upset that this thing ended, but guess what? It's the best damn thing that could have happened for you, because it's actually going to raise your vibration. This person no longer being in your world, this person basically shutting you out and leaving you out in the cold and screwing you over, whatever that is. So I just feel like you're off to bigger and better things. Your tastes, your value in yourself, your self-worth, all of those things are need an upgrade anyways. And so it's time for you to go off into new experiences and go into those new horizons. Don't bang on a closed door anymore. It is time for you to, if you are feeling sorry for yourself, it's time for you to stop. It's time for you to raise your vibration and see that this thing or this person or this life, whatever this old thing is, it doesn't resonate with your vibration any longer. It's no longer an asset in your life. It's actually like a weight. It's just dragging you down at this point. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go into the third house, and the third house is perception, and this is the communication house, and it's ruled by Gemini, which is Mercury's energy. Okay, so let's read this. It says speech, thoughts, social media, excursions, dating, siblings, research, street life, circulation, discussions, surroundings, and sociability. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we need to know this week about that house, this energy. Oneness is the way. How can you show more compassion and acceptance towards those you don't understand? You know, I really like this because there is so much in the world right now where people are just so judgy about what a person is saying and what a person is thinking. And they feel like they have the right to basically, you know, attack other people, especially, you know, keyboard warriors, and just like have an opinion about every damn thing, or just take every single thing that another person is saying or doing or thinking and just taking it personally and taking it as some kind of an attack. I'm not saying that that doesn't happen and that people aren't nasty in doing that, but we don't have to engage in it. So I feel like when it comes to communication, social media this week, you know, I've heard a lot of stories where people have lost friends, lost family members over, you know, different political or even religious views. And it's just like, it's not about not speaking your truth, but it's about realizing that, you know what? We can't really change anybody's mind or the way that they're thinking. You're either going to just kind of accept where someone's at, or you're not. And sometimes, yeah, you know, maybe we need to step away from people that are toxic and saying really terrible things. But again, somebody's perception of the world and how they're thinking, that's on them. It really doesn't have anything to do with you. So why get so triggered by it, right? Somebody's hang up, somebody's bullshit is about them. It's not even about you. So I just feel like Spirit is basically telling us we don't really need to take on their crap. We don't need to take on their judgments and their hang ups. We just don't have to do it. So I really like that as a message this week. Breathe. Oh, look at this. Breathing room. Take some space. There it is. So maybe some of you guys want to take some space off of social media. You know, unless you're obviously your business relies on social media, that might not be the smartest thing. But I do feel that if you guys just have a personal page and you're just tired of drama, you're tired of BS, it might be time to take a little bit of a social media break. But even if it's not social media, it might just be that you and a person you're going to have to agree to disagree. Maybe you just need some space from this person. We don't have to tell every individual in our life what we're thinking or what we think that they should do. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes just letting people come to their own conclusions is the best thing that you can possibly do. So let's go ahead and get another heart healing. Okay. Basically, everything is meaningless until you put a label on a situation. Only you decide what exactly is written on it. Might be that we're labeling people. Sometimes it's very easy to say everyone's a narcissist. Well, I mean, or this person is this. This person's my twin flame. This is or this person's a karmic relationship. Labels, labels, labels. You know, Labels can sometimes help you to kind of identify what you're experiencing, but just because you label somebody as such doesn't make it true. Okay? So try not to get so heavy on the labels. Just try to experience what you need to experience and heal what you need to heal. If someone is uplifting you and helping you, then it may be that there is something that you can say, hey, you know what, this person's a blessing in my life. And then you can say, if someone is really triggering you, this person is hindering you in some way, it might be an indication that you need to walk away from that person. And some of you guys might say, you know what, why is this triggering me so much? Maybe there's something within me that needs to heal, or maybe this person needs my prayers, and I can send love and light to them because their heart needs to heal. Because obviously people that are running around and spewing all kinds of poison and giving everyone a piece of their mind, they really do need a lot of healing in their heart. So it's not about feeling sorry for people. It's about seeing things from that perception that usually hurt people are running around hurting other people. And it doesn't mean you got to put up with that bullshit either. You don't. That's why it's saying take some breathing space or breathing room from this person. But it all comes down to your heart healing. Okay? Three of Gifts, Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, of course, is a card of collaboration, working with other people, teamwork. Not everybody can work together. Not everybody can play well together. They just can't. There are some people out there that no matter how hard you try, no matter how many times you have come back to the situation, they just simply are fucked up, sorry to say, broken. They need a lot of healing, and you just need to give the things time and space, or just a permanent break. Not every single person in your life do you have to make amends with, and do you have to get along with. There are some people that you're just never going to get along with, and that you're never going to see eye to eye, and then it's always going to be a shit show and a drama situation. So you don't have to keep that poison inside. You can just basically say, hey, you know what? We're going to have to agree to disagree, and just maybe not be around that person, or not have that person on social media, or unsubscribe to them, or whatever. So that way you don't need to be subjected to their BS. So that's interesting that that's coming through with social media and communication this week. Don't know what that is exactly for everyone, but just take what resonates. All right, you guys, we're going to go into the fourth house. So the fourth house is the house of roots. It's also our family and home. It's ruled by Cancer, which of course is influenced by the moon. This says family, home, background, it's comfort, cooking, inner world, real estate, shelter, self-care, rejuvenation, habits, and our shell. Okay, so let's take a look and see what is the root energy here for us this week. Out of the woods, you've made it through. What newness is emerging? Awesome. So maybe some of you guys are ready to move. Maybe some of you guys are feeling like you want to uproot your job, your life, your situation, and venture off into a new horizon. That did come up earlier. Maybe some of you guys are thinking about a new job, new situation. Yeah, the high road, doing the right thing, loyalty and ethics. Some of you guys have made a decision to either stay in a situation, stick it through, work it out, or you're going to uproot and you are going to travel onward and you're going to experience a new way of living and being. Either way, neither way is wrong. I just feel like it's just whatever feels right for you. We have Hero. Someone is going to treat you like your father should have treated you. Wow, that's interesting. So some of you guys, there could be father issues, just parent issues, period. It might not be a father, just parent issues. Maybe one of your parents did not show up for you in the way that they should have. Maybe they weren't there for you emotionally. Maybe they were just absent from your life or just not there at all. But regardless, what I'm getting here is that your roots are rooted in some kind of a parent not being there for you, not treating you the way that they should have treated you. And this has affected you throughout your life. You are being asked to take the high road. It doesn't mean it's okay that this person wasn't there and it's okay with what they did, but it does say out of the woods, you've made it through. You no longer have to carry this burden or this story or this trauma into your future. You can actually leave it at the door. You can actually walk away from this situation. and just take the wisdom with you and be a stronger person, kind of like you're a survivor, no longer being a victim. You're no longer willing to be a victim in your story anymore. That's very cool. And we have the Hangman, because I feel like this is a perspective that you've had to basically come to, like a realization. It's the way that you're looking at the situation. The Hangman can stay stuck. The Hangman can feel like a victim and basically never move forward and blame their past or the people in their lives for all of their problems and never be able to move forward in life. But why would we want to do that? And some of us are in so much pain that maybe we do need, actual professionals and people outside of us to help us get there. So there's nothing wrong with you if you can't get there. But what I feel like, you guys, is you're tired of being hung up. You're tired of letting something hold you back. You're tired of this story or this narrative. You want to break free from this cycle. And I feel like you guys will be able to do that. I'm not saying that you're going to be able to just miraculously do it this week, but maybe you're going to start to take steps because you're tired of this energy. It might also be that you're tired of looking to, feeling like you're going to wait for someone to come and save you. No one's going to save you but yourself, okay? You're going to have to be your own hero. And it might be that someone's going to treat you maybe the way that you are treating yourself. And what that's going to do is it's going to light a firecracker under your ass to stop some sort of a cycle that really isn't working in your favor. So we know that we have to uproot this energy. We know that this energy that we're kind of stuck in and grounded in, it's just not serving us in a positive way. So we're going to take the high road. We're going to uplift our energy. We're going to do the right thing, and we are going to basically be done with a situation or a cycle, or tell someone, you know what, this just isn't what I want anymore. So some major transformation is on the horizon because the next card is death. So the only thing that's left in a situation is leaving it behind, ending the cycle, so that way you can be rebirthed and transform into a new way of being and living. Wow. Very powerful stuff. All right, you guys. So now we're going to go into the fifth house, and that fifth house is passion. So the fifth house is also pleasure, and it's ruled by Leo, which is ruled by the sun. So this says here, performance, entertainment, creativity, costume, play, love affairs, passion, pleasure, parties, children, humor, romance, disco ball. Woo, very exciting. So let's see what's going on this week in the fifth house of passion. Okay, so we have trust your faith, dive into the unfolding journey. What is your faith asking of you? You're actually being asked to go into a situation that you're passionate about. What's speaking to you right now? This is also about risk taking as well. Like, some of you guys could be playing it too cautious because you've been hurt, because you've been traumatized. And it's not about just throwing caution to the wind and, making decisions on the cuff and not keeping your feet on the ground. Her feet are on the ground. She's grounded, but she's not going to be so firmly rooted to where she's not going to take any risks and can't move forward. She's nice and balanced in this energy. It's fantastic. So I feel like it's time for you guys to start living again. It's time for you guys to go after some sort of dream. Whatever is speaking to you right now, Spirit is beckoning you forward. Yeah, guess what? Because we have been frozen in place. We've been frozen in time. And it's time for us to get out of this energy. You're the only one that can do it. If you're looking for someone to come along and save you and make it all better, I'm getting here. It's just the only person that can change this is you. Okay? So you don't want to be frozen in time any longer. You want to move forward. And this just came through. Ooh, Lady in Red. Oh my gosh. One spark of passion is enough to change your life. What are you burning for? This is amazing that this card came up in this fifth house of passion. That's just crazy. You're the lady in red. Isn't that a song? Lady in Red. I don't know. There might be some message of that song for you. But you're the lady in red. You're cloaked in red. You're filled with passion. It's time for you to execute whatever this is and go after your dreams and live your life a little bit more fully. Because if you don't, you're just going to continue to be frozen in time. You're going to continue to let the past hold you back. And Spirit's saying it's time to stop. It's time to stop that. Time to stop that nonsense. All right, what else? Ooh, the King of Good Cheer. Fantastic. This is the King of Cups, you guys. Scorpio's energy. The lady in red is dancing with me. I don't know who sings it. You guys know what song I'm talking about, I'm sure. Look up the lyrics. I do feel that some of you guys are going to enter into a passionate relationship, or you're going to meet someone that is very kind, very trustworthy. And what's interesting is that even though this message here about this hero, it's not like this person's going to come in and save you, but this person's actually going to treat you better than you were treated in the past. And the reason why is because you're loving yourself more. You're healing, you're clearing this old vibration. And what it's going to do is it's going to attract a partner that is going to bring good cheer, coming to you with a full cup to offer you something of value. Yeah. So that's really cool that that's coming through like that. So when you live your life passionately, when you do the things that light up your soul and you feel good and confident, this lady in red is going to attract either a partner. And some of you guys are either in a really good relationship, so you don't need to, it's like you don't want to attract a new partner. And some of you guys might be perfectly fine being single. You're not even looking for love. I just feel like there's someone coming in that is going to represent a really solid partnership for you guys. So you can meet this person, or when you let go of an old flame, this person comes in. So there's something about that vibration shifting this week. Wow. Okay. So now we're going to go into the 6th house, which is craft. But this says house of health, ruled by Virgo. And Virgo is ruled, what is Virgo ruled by? Is ruled by Mercury. That's right. So we have work, details, health, well-being, diet, service, daily rituals, contribution, organization, purification, skills, apprenticeship, and method. So kind of like, what you're working on, your house of health, how you're taking care of yourself, how you're taking care of your needs, or even how you're taking care of other people. So let's look at this energy. What do we got this week? Okay, so it says, rise above it. It's not yours to carry. You are the empath. Okie dokie. All right, some of you guys are very sensitive empaths, and you guys tend to take on other people's stuff. Maybe some of you guys tend to be overgivers, like you're doing things, you're doing too much for other people. It's time for you to take a little bit more time for like giving that to yourself, okay? So try not to do work for other people, as in, you're enabling them. You're doing too much for them. You're making it too easy for them. You're doing all the work. Then you're feeling resentful, etc. So Spirit's saying this could be in the workplace. This could just be when you're dealing with other people. So the answer is not to not deal with those people. The answer is to find your balance within those relationships or in those connections by basically setting healthy boundaries. And when you set those healthy boundaries, if people don't like it, then they can, there's the door. That will be on them. But I don't feel like, unless it's super, super toxic and you're in danger, I just don't feel like the answer for you should be, I just can't handle anybody that's giving me a hard time. Learn how to find your inner voice. Learn how to be a stronger version of yourself and say no for a change, or do less for someone, or put up a healthy boundary with someone. That seems to be the message. Ooh, the dining table. So the dining table, it says a date, a social gathering, or nourishment. Is a relationship nourishing you, or are you giving everything to it? Are you the only person that's actually, giving something there? And you're not really getting your needs met? Yeah, so Spirit is asking you here to look at this connection or relationship. Is it really nourishing you? Are you nourishing yourself? Are you giving too much to this person and not nourishing yourself? So there is something about a balanced form of giving. It's actually not, I don't want to say this like it's not the other person's fault, because it is easy to blame. If we're not getting our needs met, it's not really the other person. It's actually what we're willing to put up with. So if you're not telling someone what you need, and you're not showing up with confidence to speak your truth, then it's not about blaming ourselves, but it is about realizing that we're responsible for getting our needs met, and we're responsible for seeing whether somebody is nourishing for us or not. So if a connection or a situation, a job, whatever this is not nourishing you and it's depleting you and it feels toxic and draining, it is your responsibility to rise above this situation and maybe not put so much effort and time and dedication into it. Other world. Let other people participate in your world. Yes. Okay. Because I kind of feel like this is a little bit of a tough love message, and some people are going to be like, fuck you, Angela, I don't want to hear this. Okay. Some of you, so if this is not your story, it's not your message. Some of you are either chasing someone or you're giving way too much energy to someone and they're not participating back. Let this person participate in your world. If they don't show up and participate in your world and text you and ask you to go out and spend time together, that right there it's just a groundbreaking realization that this person is just not that into you. This person is a taker, not a giver. They're not interested in a reciprocal type of connection with you. They're looking at you as someone that feeds them, but they're not feeding you. So this is an opportunity for you guys to kind of see what kind of connections are working for you and what kind of connections are draining you. It will be up to you to make a decision to either continuously show up with your full cup and they're just coming in with an empty cup, or maybe just a half of a cup, or no longer show up to this table anymore because you have the free will to say, you know what, I'm done with the situation. And what's interesting is we have the 8 of Candles on the bottom of the deck, which means it might be time to just fly. It might be time to just move on from this situation. The 7 of Gifts. Yeah, but I feel like Spirit just corrected me there, because it's not about cutting someone out. It's about learning the lesson of speaking your truth. And if you do speak your truth and this person is like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this, or deems you to be the issue or the problem, or they don't want to meet your needs, then that will be up to them. At least you spoke your truth. The 7 of Pentacles is take some time to reevaluate the situation. Take a step back. Do you want to continue to put any more effort into this situation or relationship? If you don't, you can walk away. Absolutely. But some of you might just need to speak your truth and speak your mind. And once you do that, and if it falls apart, then at least you'll know where you stand. Some of you, it may improve. Maybe somebody just doesn't know how you feel. And so continuously, just kind of making assumptions, but not telling people how you feel, it can be very passive aggressive and create a lot of resentment. So we just kind of have to perfect the craft of relationships in our lives, is what I'm getting that Spirit's telling us. So now we're going to go into the 7th house, which is the house of partnerships, how we relate to other people. So this is ruled by Venus. So this is the sign of Libra, and it's all about partnerships, okay? Doesn't have to just be romantic, but it really is about how we're relating to other people. And I feel like that already just came up. So let's just see if there's more details on whatever that might be. You can radically change your results by shifting your beliefs. What belief is limiting you? Okay, that does make sense. So is there some kind of limited thinking where you don't feel like you're good enough? You don't feel like your needs are going to get met. You might immediately go into relationships or situations sabotaging it because you feel like no one's going to understand you, no one's going to get you, no one knows how you feel, etc. So you're going to kind of get the results that you expect, is what Spirit's saying. You're also going to attract people that are going to mirror to you how you feel about yourself. So if we want this to change, and we want to change the way that people are relating to us, we need to change the way that we're relating to ourselves. Okay, and even them. Yep, higher learning. There is a lesson here. There is some sort of a lesson where we need to educate ourselves. We need to learn a little bit more about ourselves. Maybe we need to crack open a self-help book. Maybe we need to take a self-help course. Maybe we need to get a session with a life coach. Maybe we need to join some sort of a group talk therapy or something like that. There's something that we can do, though, that is going to help us when it comes to why we relate to people or why people keep relating to us in a certain way. way. The cycle needs to end with us. And so that's what we're being asked to do. Let's educate ourselves. And once we educate ourselves, knowledge is power, basically. And that knowledge is going to help you to make that shift. Wholeness, yes. What's wrong with you? What do you need now? Bring light back into your life. So there is some sort of a divide. And the fact that we have this home card does tell me that a lot of our issues do stem from our upbringing. It's unfortunate, and it's just the way it goes. It doesn't mean everything is our parents' fault. It doesn't even mean that you had to have a crappy childhood in order to have trauma. But usually the root of who we are does stem from the way that we were raised and the stories that we were told or that we've been telling ourselves from the beginning of time. You know what I mean? That didn't just come from nowhere. It came from the people that, were influencing you when you were young. So right here, this is basically saying that you're walking into situations already feeling like there's something wrong with you. You're already feeling broken. And Spirit is saying that you've got to find a way to create this wholeness within, so that way you can start experiencing whole relationships instead of broken relationships that continuously just affirm how broken you are or where you need to heal. Let's try to work on this on our own before perhaps even entering into relationships. Yeah, the Two of Gifts. So the Two of Gifts is the Two of Pentacles. It might be that we're kind of like up in the air at this point. A lot of things are up in the air. Nothing is settled. We don't feel settled. We don't feel happy. We feel kind of just blah. So Spirit is saying that the more that you focus on becoming whole within yourself, cracking open a book, building a connection with your higher power, whatever that journey is to wholeness, whatever speaks to you, you will feel less scattered. You will feel more grounded. You will actually feel like you can participate with other people without automatically going in with all of these needs and expectations of what you need other people to do in order to feel whole. You're no longer going to rely on other people to show up for you. If they do, that's wonderful, but you don't need them to. And whenever we shift that vibration, it's amazing the kinds of people that start showing up. It's just amazing. So I feel like some of you guys are entering in on a journey of the self-healing. So that way you can change the vibration of how you're relating to people and how they're relating to you. Now we're going to go into the 8th house, which is the house of transformation. This does say intimacy on this card, but this is Scorpio's energy. So it's ruled by Mars and Pluto. But this says here investments, intensity, contracts, erotic capital, secrets, mysteries, obsessions, inheritance, Kundalini energy, stalking, or the underworld. Crazy. So this right here is about birth, death, and karma as well. So let's see what the heck's coming up in this category. This will be interesting. Okay, you can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. Fantastic. You will make it through whatever trial and tribulation you're currently undergoing. You will. It says, what wisdom does your higher self have for you? I love this. Trust your vibes. Your higher self is always leading the way. So sometimes the right thing to do, you guys, is the harder thing to do. The easy thing to do is, it feels good. It's instant gratification, but it usually isn't the right thing for us to do. The harder thing to do is usually the right thing. So when it comes to, but I just love this person. I love to have them in my life. They're so much fun, but yet I don't feel good about myself when I'm around them. They use me. They disappoint me. They're constantly, just dropping the ball, or they kind of lie to me and they're not being truthful. Just because you enjoy your time with someone doesn't mean that they should be in your life. So this is talking about, why are we so attracted to people that aren't good for us? So I feel like that's what this reading is all about. It's being attracted to things that really aren't good for us and needing to shift our perception of what we're attracted to. And the only way to do that is by focusing on loving yourself more. And when you love yourself, you're not going to be attracted to, quite frankly, assholes that don't meet your needs. Sorry. That's just the way it goes, Okay, so let's see what else. Yeah, miracle. We do have some sort of miracle healing. Your prayers are going to be answered. I do feel like some of you guys are going to start working some sort of a program where you're working with a higher power, or you're actually praying, to your higher power. You're going to be engaging in some sort of like daily affirmations, daily prayer, daily practice, or something like that. And this is really going to help you to kind of deal with your either intimacy issues or the issues that you want to let go of and transform. So you're actually asking your higher power to step in and to aid you in this process. And I think that that's beautiful. Heart rate. Okay, so it's talking about spirit is actually, it says heart falls on sympathetic ears. Spirit wants you to know that whatever you're feeling in your heart, things that are heavy, Spirit is here to listen. So all you have to do is just start praying and start asking. It doesn't mean that our prayers are going to be answered in the way that we want all the time, but Spirit is listening. You are being assisted. You are being guided at this time. So don't think for a second that you're alone, because you're not. So when it comes to death and transformation and rebirth, a lot of you guys are going through some major, major cycles that are ending, and it is scary. So definitely know that your higher power and your spirit team are there to help guide you. Yeah. The Knight of Swords, Knight of Canes. The Knight of Swords is somebody that has to make some tough decisions. They do have to make a decision to move forward. And it is scary because it is going to require us to, kind of logically look at the situation and say, hey, you know what? This is for the best. So even though you might have a heavy heart, or there's something that might really get your heart racing, your heart rate goes up when you're thinking about whatever this is, but you are walking away from something and you're making this decision based out of your logic and your rational thinking that tells you, you know what, this is for the best. It's hard to do. This is why I know it's right. Yeah. So we're ending something, and it might not be this week, but this week we're thinking about something that we know just no longer is going to serve our lives, and that we have to walk away, because until we do, we're not going to be able to, shift this vibration. And it could just be that we're changing. Maybe you're not walking away from a person or a situation, but you're changing the way that you deal with this person. You're speaking your truth. You're putting up a healthy boundary. And this does change the circumstances moving forward. It creates a transformation, at least for you and your life. So, alrighty, now we're going to go into the 9th house, and that 9th house, it says seeking. The 9th house is your purpose. So it's Sagittarius, ruled by the planet Jupiter. What is this energy when it comes to our purpose? It says foreign travel, adventure, higher education, customs, faith, beliefs, pilgrimages, spiritual quest, aspirations, journalism, religion, gurus, risk-taking. Wow, this one just flew out, so we'll take it. Ooh, I like this. Eliminate distractions. Stop shining light on things you are not. How can you reclaim your power? So first of all, this is about you taking back your power. This is also you connecting more with your higher power. Have you been giving someone else or treating a person in your life or a thing, such as material things, as your higher power? Spirit is basically saying that this is time for you to eliminate this distraction. Get out of worshiping another person, putting all of your needs and your hopes and your desires and your fantasies onto a person or a thing, because that right there, it's only going to last so long. People will unfortunately always let you down. So you are being asked to build a bigger structure, a stronger relationship with your higher power. So that keeps coming through for some reason. Some of you guys are really waking up to that. Your spiritual relationship needs to become stronger. You need to connect more with your higher power on a daily basis, because this is going to help to ground you and not give all your power away to other people or situations. Yeah, fungi funeral. There needs to be healthier choices. Something is a fungi. Something is poisonous. There needs to be more of a moderation. It says sobriety. We need to sober up and realize that we've been giving our power over to something, or making something, like idolizing something. If you're going to idolize something, it might as well be your higher power. It shouldn't be a thing or a person. Stop over. On the way to your goal, you will initially stay somewhere else before moving on. This experience will gain there is priceless and completes the result perfectly in the end. Yeah, so you've had a lot of stopovers on your journey. This is a part of your journey. Part of your spiritual journey is that you are going to spend some time doing some things, drinking some poisons, dealing with toxic people and situations, even being toxic yourself. But this is all a part of your plan, and this is all a part of your ascension. So try not to demonize your journey. Try not to be ashamed of the things that you've done on your journey, because it's all a part of this learning process. And we have the Knight of Good Cheer, the Knight of Cups. So yeah, some of you guys, this is for the experience. It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. So that particular saying is coming through for me. So some of you guys, you loved and you lost, but guess what? You learned a lot, and your life is actually better for it. So try not to look at it as a devastation. Try not to look at it as, the end all, because it's not. Don't give someone that much power. Give instead your power to the universe, that you are here for a reason. You are here to learn, and you are here to experience life in all of its measures, whether it's in sadness, pain, or absolute bliss and joy and happiness. Okay? Don't be afraid. That's a beautiful thought. All right. We now have the 10th house, reputation. This is our social status, Capricorn's energy, Saturn. So this says career, responsibilities, achievement, fame, notoriety, standing, authority figures, legacy, purpose, pinnacle, the patriarchy, empire. All right. So let's see what we need to know about the 10th house this week. You heal by releasing, not suppressing. What emotions do you need to feel? Exactly, and that's what I was just talking about. It's not about demonizing the people or yourself or the experiences that you've had along the way. Some of us cringe. I know I do still cringe. I wish that there's certain things that I could take back. But when I get stuck in that energy, I'm like, it's a waste of time. Had I not acted that way, that wouldn't have happened. And if that wouldn't have happened, I would not have had that epiphany or that desire to change and improve myself. So essentially, I had to act that way. I had to do that thing. So instead of cringing, and instead of berating myself for shit I cannot go back and change, why not learn from it? So of course we all worry about our reputation, what other people are going to think. But in the tarot deck, it's the devil, that's Capricorn, and ruled by Saturn. It's that burden of what people think of me, right? At the end of the day, it's funny. We actually think people care more than they do. It's just the way that the ego works. It just does. We think that we're so important sometimes in other people's lives and stories. And sometimes you come to find out that they didn't even think that, or they're not even thinking about you. So why are you so freaking worried about it? At the end of the day, what other people think about you is none of your business. And that's a book. So all right, we have Field of Dreams. Just keep going, keep living, There's so much life. Look at this beautiful pathway that's being presented. There's so much life to live. Try not to get hung up. Now we have 1010. So if you guys are seeing 1010s, these could be angel numbers that are telling you something about your journey. There's so much more life for you to live. Don't get hung up on the shit that you did in the past that you can't change, or the decisions that you've made that made financial failures. Oh my God. If I stayed in the energy that I was in all of pretty much 2021 and 2022, I honestly, guys, I don't know that I would have made it. I don't know that I would still be alive today had I just continued to drown in that energy. Such a dark time for me. Hating myself, hating the decisions that I made, being so resentful, feeling like, oh my gosh, had I just done this differently, then this would have happened. It's all BS, because at the end of the day, it needed to happen in order for me to get to this current point. Okay? So let's not just get hung up. Let's not get hung up on all of these snags. These snags are a part of your journey of life. And we have the labyrinth here. You see that? It's just a part of your labyrinth. We have soul wedding. Oh, I love this. Your next partner actually is going to have what you're looking for. So if you didn't get you, and it doesn't mean this has to be like a romantic partner, this could be friendships. So guess what? The people that you dealt with along the way, your labyrinth of your journey, they didn't meet your needs. It's okay. Maybe you weren't meeting your own needs. But guess what? As you can heal and meet your own needs, you're going to now meet people that are going to meet your freaking needs. You're going to meet people that are going to meet you where you're at with yourself. I love that. I freaking love that. Why am I shuffling that deck? This is the one I need to shuffle. I love this. The Chariot. The Chariot is about movement. The Chariot is about success and victory. Victorious in the end. Guess what? You will be victorious over it all in the end. It is all leading you to victory. Now we're going into the 11th house, and the 11th house is the house of friendships, and it does say the edge. Friendship, group creativity, community, humanity, hope, tribe, festivals, discoveries, common goals, startups, rebellion, experimentation, and the future. So what does Spirit want us to know about the house of friendships? The universe rewards motion. Yes. It says, what guided action can you take today? So this is about taking the action that you're being guided to take. First of all, moving forward, but it's also about if you feel guided to do some work on yourself, might not be a bad thing. If you feel like maybe there's some defects that you have that you could improve, you're being guided to correct these things, to heal in these areas. It's only going to make the connections that you build moving forward that much better, that much stronger, that much more healthier. So why not invest in yourself? Okay. It's actually going to give you an edge over, just the situation. It's going to give you an edge that you didn't have before to invest in yourself. It's only going to improve all your relationships. Feeling numb. Yeah, because the thing is, you guys, this is disassociation. Like, we can pretend that things don't hurt. We can pretend that things didn't happen. We can tell ourselves stories and excuse behaviors all day long. But all that's going to do is it's just going to create you to just numb it out, just for it to come back later on. So whatever it is that you feel, if you feel a lot of rage, if you feel a lot of jealousy, if you feel a lot of resentment towards someone, it doesn't mean you got to pick a bone with them, but kind of go deep within yourself to figure out why you feel that way. What is triggering you? What is happening? Why is this happening? You don't have to have that person in your life, of course, but maybe there's something going on with you that you need to correct. And then maybe you can actually stand being around that person again. Figure out who triggers you and why, because there's something that has to speak to you deeply. I don't know that those words just made sense, but things that speak to you, no. These experiences that you're having are speaking to you on a deep, profound level, so pay attention. That's what I meant to say. Bible study, Jesus, interesting. Some of you guys are going to build some sort of a connection with Christ consciousness. It doesn't have to be like an actual Christian Christ. Some of you guys could be connecting to, like Paramahansa Yogananda, which is a Hindu guru, very connected to Christ and Christ consciousness. So it doesn't have to be like an actual Christianity belief system. Okay. I'm a Jesus girl, always have been a Jesus girl, but people like a Christian might see my connection to Jesus and say, oh, well, that's not the right way to go about it. And you know what I have to say about it? Mind your own business. It's my path. It's my journey. This is how I resonate. So I feel like when it comes to your connections with other people, this is about building your relationship with your higher power and building a relationship with yourself and creating that wholeness first. We also have books, learning through books. Cracking open a self-help book. A specific book is calling to you guys right now, and it might show up for you at a later date that is actually going to help you and give you an edge in your relationships to understanding yourself and other people. So that's a really positive thing. And we have the 9 of good cheer, which is the 9 of cups. Absolutely being completely happy and satisfied with yourself and feeling totally fulfilled. Yeah, you don't necessarily need anyone else, but you're not opposed to spending time with other people and opening yourself up to new relationships. You don't need it though. And that's the difference moving forward. So I do feel like some of you guys are going to start working some sort of like step-by-step, because I see step-by-step program, or there's a book that has certain steps to kind of help you to become a healthier version of yourself, so you can be a healthier friend, lover, parent, etc. Something like that is going to speak to you perhaps this week. I love it. And the last one, whoa, we're at the end. Surrender, the 12th house. So the subconscious, this is Pisces energy, Neptune. Subconscious, mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness, baggage, trance states, the unseen, healing, spiritual development, guilt, prayer, and Akashic records. Wow, that's a mouthful. So there's a lot of stuff there. Okay. A lot of stuff there. There is strength. There is strength in doing nothing. Wait. So it says, what have you been forcing and how can you let go of the outcome? All right. So sometimes you guys on your journey, there's nothing else to do but to just surrender and let go. Have you ever heard that phrase? Just give it to God, give it to the universe. Here it is. Here it is. Sometimes when you've done everything that you can possibly do and things are still a problem, things are still not changing, things are still stuck, chaotic, etc., the only thing left to do is to give it to the universe, give it to God. So that's what we're being asked to do at the very end here. Give it to God. And once you do that, the answers will come. Clarity will come. This will resilience. Yep. This will actually help you to persevere in the situation. It's stronger to actually just surrender something and let it go. Sometimes we don't have to fight. Sometimes there's nothing left to say. Sometimes the only answer is to let go, you guys. And sometimes people can see that as a weakness. And to me, sometimes that's the strongest freaking thing that you can do. It takes more strength to walk away and let something go than it is to show up and fight and say something and give someone a piece of your mind. Sometimes less is more. We have 2, self-destruction and empowerment. Holy shit. What I'm getting, you guys, what I just said here. Some of us feel like it's strong to get in people's faces and tell them what we're thinking and give them a piece of our mind and berate them, etc. Tell them everything that's wrong with them, right? But the more empowering thing to do is to just let it go. Say nothing. Less is more. Now, I'm not saying that you can't stand up for yourself and speak your truth in a situation, but I'm talking about if this has been problematic for you, you've done this your entire life and you just keep burning bridges and things are just chaotic and things are falling apart, it might be time for you to pull back and just surrender. Let go. Less is more. It's not worth the fight anymore. You can't change people, but you can change yourself. So it is about surrendering. It's almost, I see someone on their knees just surrendering and just saying, I am powerless in this situation and there's nothing more that I can do. I've done everything that I possibly can to either keep this job, make ends meet, make this relationship better, whatever it is. Maybe it's even a health thing. But there's nothing more that I can do. I'm giving it to God. I'm giving it to the universe. That's what I'm seeing here. Because this is just a destructive behavior, a destructive phase, trying to do something and continuously getting the same results over and over again. We're literally going insane at this point. And Spirit's saying it's got to stop. It's got to stop. We're only hurting ourselves. And we have the 3 of good cheer. I love this. The 3 of cups. The 3 of cups is friendships. It's community. It's the people that love you. So you are being asked to connect with people that want to be a part of your life. it's a good time to connect with groups. It's a good time to connect with people that you know love you, that care about you, that want to support you. If you're focused on someone that doesn't want to be a part of your life, that isn't showing up for you, that's continuously hurting you, and it's a destructive phase, it might be time for you to lean more into the people that you know love you and care about you. This is a good support system, and it's time for you, because this will bring good cheer into your life at this point. So as you surrender, as you go through this change, this cycle, surround yourself with people that care for you, that are your cheerleaders, that want the best for you. Okay. So anyways, you guys, that was a pretty deep, intense reading, but that's what I have for you this week. So I do hope that you enjoyed the style. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will catch you guys later on with, I think I'm going to do what your psychic gifts are, what your spiritual psychic gifts are. So I hope that you guys look forward to that. And I will catch you guys soon. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.